Hi guys, good morning. Happy Sunday. Hope it's nice and sunny where you are. It's gorgeous here. I haven't seen you for a few days. I completely forgot I'm doing today and Tuesday. And then I'm actually going to be down in Clacton with Kitty. So you'll have Kitty for tomorrow. And then we'll probably be doing a few together next week. Do excuse my croaky voice this morning. Woke up all full of hay fever. So I hope you've had a lovely few days. I haven't seen you. I've been super busy at the TV studios. It has been a bit manic. So I'm quite looking forward to just sitting down and making something with you today. Now we're going to be using the drop shape Rivolis. Have a little looky at these. Super bling. There are 3 different sizes and I'm going to show you how to create these lovely necklace shapes using them. I've got a turquoise one here as well. I'll put this in. I'm going to show you how to set them, how to use them with your beads, and then I'm also going to show you, if I can find it, how to make a tassel earring as well. So we've got lots of necklaces and bracelets using them. And then I've just come up with this little design to make a tassel earring out of them as well. This is the medium-sized Rivoli, so it's quite a statement piece. We do have larger and smaller as well. And I'm going to take you through the bundles. Now, if you do want these Rivolis, you are going to have to be quick. There are 3 different sizes, and I'm going to take you through them in a minute. Amazing offers on them today, but we don't have loads. Okay, so I'm just putting that warning out there now. I'm going to say hello to you so that if any of you want to go and check out the page, you can do before we get going. Good morning, Helen. Hi, Marcia, Teresa, Ruth. Good morning, Jan from a sunny Weston-super-Mare. Lovely, sunny here in Lincolnshire as well. Good morning, Joe. Hi, Hayes. Janet from Scotland. Good morning. Hope you're having a lovely morning up there. Good weather. Good morning, Joe, Sandra, Angela, Ann, Camille. Good morning. Saw all your lovely flowers yesterday and hope you enjoyed your anniversary. Yes, thank you. It was mine and John's wedding anniversary yesterday. 3 years since we got married. Which is very cute. So I had I've got my parents here as well, actually. So this is the first time they've come to stay. So we've now lived in this house for 5 months. Obviously moved in just a week or 2 before lockdown. So have had them here this weekend to celebrate with us, which has been just so lovely. Looks like we might be just in time before we all lock down again. Good morning, Marcia. Hi, Alison, Karen and Tida, Lucy, both Lucys. Good morning. Hi, Carol. Sun is shining. Lovely, everyone. Morning, Jax. Long time no see. How you doing? How's Curly Whirly? He's good. He's playing in the garden with his older brother. So Django is here as well. Got everyone home this week. Good morning, Antida. Hi, Gillian, Dorothy. There is a bit of a bargain. Yes, Dorothy, there is. Hi, good morning, Doris. Sarah, you've had a busy old week, I hear. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's been crazy. I've been at the studio every day since Thursday. And then I'm there every day now until Wednesday. Then I'm going to jump in the car, drive down to Clacton and come and have a week with Kitty so that we can plan our August and September shows and videos as well. Good morning, Geraldine. Hope you had a lovely anniversary. I did. Thank you so much. Okay, right. So let's get going because I know a lot of you are going to want to grab hold of these Rivolis while you can. So, and Mum's watching. My mum's watching from the garden. She's here. Good morning, Mum. Everyone's going to say hello now too. Jan, oh my gosh, I remember watching these on Create and Craft just before you got married. Where's the time gone? I have no idea. 3 years, it's crazy. Okay, so our Rivolis. I'm going to show you very quickly. You'll have to excuse the tiger tail everywhere because I haven't had time to finish all of the clasps on these. But I wanted to show you them anyway, just so you can have a little look at the designs. Now, the drop shape Rivoli. So it is, as the name would suggest, a lovely, beautiful teardrop shape, which I think just lends itself so beautifully to necklaces and bracelets. And of course, I've made these earrings with it as well. I'm going to show you how to make your own tassel today. And then also setting these Rivolis a little bit different. We would normally string them. So I've been playing around with some pins, lots of different designs to see what I could come up with. And I just want to show you the 3 sizes of the teardrops. You can graduate them through the necklaces, but have a little look at what you're going to be getting. So these are the largest ones. I'm going to show you them on the website as well. Let me just log into the iPad. Hold on one sec. So to the Totally Beads page, if I lift you up a bit, I can probably get rid of this glare for you. Okay, so Totally Beads page, just head to the home page, categories on the left-hand side, Facebook tutorials, Rivoli drops. Now, we've got the 10 by 14 millimeter. That is our smallest one, and they come with the settings as well. So not only are you going to get all of these, now these are acrylic, but I think you will agree, looking at them, there is absolutely no way that you would think they are acrylic. Which is really crazy because they have the most beautiful cuts and facets to them. So you are going to get your bag of 100, and that includes your settings as well. So let me just show you here. You've got all of your Rivolis, the beautiful colours I've just shown you, gold and silver settings. You'll get 100 of your drops, 50 of your silver and 50 of your gold, obviously, so you can use all of them. The next size up is your 13s by 18s. And again, you're going to get 100 pieces. Look at these. Now, obviously they are acrylic, which is why you are getting so many for the value. Have a look at these, and the crystal ones I think are beautiful. There are a couple of shades of your pinks, couple of shades of your purples and your turquoise, and if I turn them around they have a foiled backing, which is why they are so sparkly, because that sort of reflects that light in and you can see those cuts and facets. Look at those in there. I couldn't believe that they were acrylic when Kitty first showed me them. Because the quality of them and the cut of them, oh, look, I'm just throwing them around the place. I'll show you in these bigger ones. So the colours that you've got are the purples, pinks, silvers and your turquoise. Look at this. And because it's got the foiling, it means you can see all of those cuts inside. Aren't they beautiful? Okay, so if you want to obviously be graduating them, then you can. Have a look at the discount, £40 down to $19.99. Your smaller size, sorry, I'm not even sure I gave you the price on those, were £13 down to $14.99. And the largest ones you only get 50 of because they are so big. And that is £32.50 down to $16.99. So 50 of your larger drops there, 18 by 25. And you will get 25 of your gold and 25 of your silver. Lorna, question, just been watching the wire wrapping gems tutorial from April. Would these work with that, or are they too pointy at the back? You could wire wrap them, but you just need to be careful when you've got something as sparkly as this and with the facets. If you chip or scrape any of these, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Of course, you could around the outside. They don't particularly have too wide of a rim, but it would be wide enough that if you wrapped your wire, you could create a little bezel around the outside, a little setting for it. Or, of course, you can put them into the claw setting itself, and then you could decorate around the outside of that. The claw settings are super easy to use. You don't actually even need any tools. So you're just going to pop that in there like so. Make sure you're holding it flat. And then I go opposite diagonal corners. So top and bottom, left and right. And that's now going to be set in there. And then, of course, you could wire wrap it. It's also going to give you that flat base. Now, the bases... Oh, lots of you saying happy anniversary. Thank you so much. The bases have 4 holes in them. So you can string through horizontally, or you can actually string through vertically, which is what I have done with my earring, and I'll show you that afterwards as well. So I'm going to take 2 sizes of pearls to make a little necklace today. There's lots of different ways that you can use your Rivolis and your settings. Let's go for, should we go pink? Let's go pink. Let's go all nice and bright. Now I'm going to use all 3 colours, all 3 sizes. Let's just go for something like this. We'll go the largest one in the middle, sit the medium size on either side, and then we'll go small up here as well. Now, when you're creating your necklace, you want to create this curve, and that's why I would use 2 sizes of my pearls. You could use 2 sizes of any beads, and what that will do is we will string the larger beads at the bottom, which of course will give us a bigger gap at the base, and the smaller beads up at the top, which are going to pull those in. Now, if you wanted to make bracelets out of these, you can. I'll bring in a few more of my medium crystals, because if you want to make a bracelet, you can just alternate the direction that you're threading them in. Let me move these up a little bit so you can see. So that's going to be our necklace. I'm going to use, should we do little small ones? No, let's do medium ones for the necklaces, for the earrings as well. And then if you want to make a bracelet, you can alternate the direction that they are sitting in. So top to bottom, like so. And then you will thread in your beads horizontally along the way as well. Hopefully I'm making sense. It will all become clear soon. So I'm going to need my settings. We'll have the biggest one, obviously, in the middle. We'll have 2 of the mediums and 2 of the smalls. And of course, if you're only going for 1 size, then... Oh, Leslie says, good morning to you all. Once again, I have to save you to watch later. Oh, Leslie, hope you enjoy later. Hope you manage to find some time for yourself later on. Obviously, once the video is uploaded onto Facebook, it's going to be there and you can come and visit us whenever you are free. So don't you worry. Okay, so I'm going to take my tiger tail and I'm going to cut 2 strands. Just do my cutters here. I'm going to cut 2 lengths off, which will be for my necklace. And you'll finish these with your crimp beads and your culottes, just like we do normally. Okay. Now, as you can see, let's also cut these off. As you can see, the holes run horizontally through them. I should be using my scissors for this, but hey ho. I'm going to use the larger ones at the bottom, smaller ones at the top. So the holes running horizontally through them, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to thread them on before we start to add in any of our crystals. I keep on wanting to call them, but they are acrylic, but you know what I mean, before we add in our Rivolis. Move some of this out of the way. So I'm going to pre-thread them on because our claw settings have these fantastic visible holes, which is going to make threading them on really nice and simple. So just through one side and through the other. But obviously once you add on your once you add in your Rivolis, that hole is going to be covered up. And it's still possible to do, but it does make it a little bit harder. So I've got my larger pearls and my settings on the base. Let's go this side as well, all the way through. So you can see, obviously, because it's visible, you can go straight through really nice and simply. Adding on my larger pearl. And these are from our pearl bundles. You'll be able to have a look at them on the website if you haven't had them already. We've had them on offer for quite a while. And so hopefully you've got your stash of them. I know lots and lots of you bought them. Do just bear in mind our Rivoli offer. They are better than half price. We don't have a lot of stock of them, but it will be while stocks last. Okay. Right, and then our smaller pearls to fill the gaps in between. So I'm going to take my other strand of my tiger tail wire and we'll come through the very top holes of the necklace, add on a smaller bead through that very top, add on a small pearl, Sharon says, hi, late again, got chatting over the fence with my neighbour. Oh, that's nice. Hopefully had a nice little catch up in the sun. It's super warm out there this morning. Some of you have been asking me, I posted a picture on my Facebook page about a weird sort of vine that was growing through my willow tree, and it turns out it was red bryony, which apparently is poisonous. So we were out there this morning trying to dig up that root. It wasn't too hard to find, actually. We managed it really nice and easily. So that has now gone. But it's super warm in the garden for this time of the morning as well. So it looks like it's going to be a nice day. Okay, so can you see how I've managed to really easily achieve the shape of the necklace? Because the smaller pearls obviously are going to hold in our Rivolis closer than the larger pearls at the base. Now what you can do, if I just pull this through so that my tiger tail is in the very middle, now you could act with both of these strands as one. You could have it as a double strand. You can continue doing both of your pearls like so, or of course you can add a little bit of chain as an extension. It's entirely up to you. So I would bring these beads together on the outer side, and then we could start adding in, I think maybe going with the larger pearl is nice. Plus I know 2 strands are going to go through it quite easily. So stagger the end lengths of your tiger tail, which will hopefully make it easier to go through, and poking those through, and then you will use both strands as an individual length, and you'll be able to start extending. I'm wondering if I might be able to go through one of the smaller pearls. Let's have a little go, because it would be nice to pull in that colour. Hopefully I should be able to, because the whole size should be about the same. Lovely. And then that'll give us a nice finish, and then you'll be putting in the colour. So alternate between a large pearl and a smaller one. Okay, then you're going to be ready to obviously add in your Rivolis. So placing it into the very middle, like so, holding it nice and flat in the middle so that it's not going to rock or move, taking diagonal sides and pushing them in. And that's then going to house that Rivoli beautifully straight. You don't even have to use your tools. And this is the bonus of pre-threading them as well, because of course now they're going to be covered. It would have been a little bit harder to poke that tiger tail wire through. Adding that into the middle, like so. Good morning, Jean. She says, morning, Sarah and Kitty and all the beading friends. Don't forget as well, guys, we also have the Facebook groups. So we've got Totally Handmade by Totally Beads. There are some seed bead pages. There are crystal pages. You can go on there and share pictures of all of your makes. And I've actually found that over time, some of you have made some really nice friends in there as well. You're all communicating outside of the videos and such like as well. Okay, so look at this. It's so simple to create the most amazing results. So they are acrylic, but you would not know it to look at them. And of course you can start stringing very simply, finishing off with your crimp beads and culottes. Now, we've shown you that so many times over the last few months that I thought I would give you something new, and I'm now going to show you how to make the earring with them. So you can, of course, string these onto stretch elastic. You could use them in your weaving. You're getting the Rivolis and the settings, so you'll be able to use them in lots of different ways. Okay, making the earrings. So I'll make the other one to go with this one. You're going to need 2 eye pins, your medium shaped Rivoli, the medium setting. You can do this with any of the sizes, but I mean, you could go all out if you want a huge big statement earring, or if you would like something a little bit more petite and delicate, of course you can go for the smaller Rivoli as well. You're going to need a little length of cardboard, the length of the tassel that you would like to create. You're going to need your thread. I've just used beading thread. You could use absolutely anything. You could use silk. You can use any of your threads, whatever thickness you would like. If you've got something a little bit fluffier, obviously that's going to give you a nice finish. I'm just going to use what I've got in my cupboard so that you can see how simple it is. we're going to need 2 jump rings and also our ear wire. Sorry, can't quite get the camera to sit in place today. Okay, so let's first of all prep our setting for the earring itself. I'm going to take my eye pin, and I found it easier to go diagonally across here because you want to use the shape and use the resistance. It's hard to get them straight through vertically because they aren't quite in line, and so when you're using something like your pin, which is rigid and won't bend around, you're going to have to cross them over. And then you're going to take your flat nose pliers, hold your loop nice and flat, and you want to leave about just under 1 centimetre. You want to take your eye pin to the very middle of the Rivoli base, okay? So I'm going to leave just a small gap, and I'm going to bend this around and up. So can you see you're almost creating like a little coat hanger shape so that the loop will reach the very middle of your Rivoli base. Okay, and we'll do the same thing on the other side in a minute. So they will join together, and that's just going to hug nice and neatly around the outside. Making sure that your pin is all the way through, you're now going to mould the wire, and this is why it's nice doing it diagonally, because you have that resistance from the shape as well. Moulding the wire around the top of the Rivoli setting, using your flat nose pliers at the very top to then take your wire and bend it upwards. Okay, so can you see I've completely hugged it. So I've got the loop down at the bottom, and this is slightly twisted. So I'm just gonna hold that in place here and move this one around to there. So I've got my loop down at the bottom, flat pin up at the top, and I'm gonna do the same with my second one now. So eye at the bottom. This one's a little bit bent, straighten that up so it'll go through. Eye from the base up, all the way through, leaving that little bit of gap at the base so that you can hold your loop, mould it around the bottom of your Rivoli base, and I'm just edging it ever so slightly as I'm going, because I don't measure it. Excuse me, I just edge it ever so slightly until I know I'm going to get the right gap. So then can you see when these are brought together, it's going to give me that connection down at the bottom, like so. And then we'll take the top section, mould it around the Rivoli, and I do keep my finger inside just to make sure that I'm not misshaping and bending out of shape the actual claw setting itself. Could you use tiger or fireline instead of eye pins? Yes, you could. I actually found that the eye pin, so I was trying to do this with a tiger tail a few days ago because I actually wanted to bead it, but I want the loops to be able to connect my tassel and my earring onto. So I found that this was the easiest way and the best way to be able to get a really nice precise finish. But you could also then use, if you did it with tiger tail, you could probably crimp inside your Rivoli base so that your crimp bead would be hidden underneath the Rivoli itself. That would probably work. Okay, so I'm going to tie these, turn these into loops up at the top. I'm just going to trim off ever such a small amount because I want a nice petite loop up at the top. And then I'm going to take my round nose pliers and create a little loop just at the top. Trying not to turn the pin too much so that I'm keeping that lovely shape, so that it's completely encased around the holder. There we go. And then we're going to use a little jump ring up at the top. Now, depending on the size of the Rivoli that you're using, use an appropriate sized jump ring for them as well. If you've got the smaller Rivolis, then use a nice little 4mm or even a 6mm jump ring. If you're going for larger, then obviously you could go for your 6s or 8s. Jump ring through the top And then I'm going to add on my ear wire as well, making sure that my fish hook is pointing backwards, because obviously my Rivoli holder is facing forwards. That way when it's in your ear, it's going to be faced in the right direction. And then down at the base, I'm going to leave that loop for now because we're going to make our tassel, and it's the tassel that will hold on to the bottom. So we've got our length of card, and I'm just going to take my thread, take some of this off of the spool, open it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take a longer length, hold that down at the very base, and this will be the length of your tassel. You can trim it down afterwards, so go a little bit longer than you might actually need, because you can always trim it down. And you're just going to bind around your thread, around your cardboard, until you get the thickness of the tassel that you would like. Now remember, it will be double-sided, so you've got the thickness on the back as well, like so. Once you've got enough, I'm not going to go for a lot because this tassel here is quite small. Once you've got enough, you're going to trim off that base. Now, hopefully it will sit without unraveling, depending on the thread that you are using. So I'm going to sit this down. I'm going to cut a second piece that will be used to actually tie the tassel together in a moment. I'll go a little bit longer because I'm going to use both hands to do that, and I'm going to use my jump ring. So I'm going to open up my jump ring like so, and I'm going to lift up my tassel so you can make sure you're holding both little ends. Lift up your tassel like so. So I just use my fingers, pick that up, open it up, take your jump ring and go through. So now you're holding on to all of those threads. Close this over like so, and then that's going to be up at the top. And now you're going to remove your tassel from your cardboard. So if you're using like a thinner bit of card, it's a little bit easier. I just tend to bend it ever so slightly, and then this will give you, just make sure that you're nice and tight and close up to the top, like so. And then your second piece that you just cut, we're going to use to actually tie the tassel together. So take your thread, wrap it around 3, 4, 5 times, whatever you like. You can even use a contrasting thread to be able to do this as well. So can you see, you're going to hold it right up at the top and rub this, run this around the outside. Lucy's saying, love this tassel idea. Yeah, tassels, I'm a bit obsessed with them with my earrings. I just think they add a really nice softer bit of texture. I'm just tying a knot here, guys. But being able to make your own, I think, is really fun, because you can use them on so many different ideas with your jewellery, and they are so simple to do. So if you've got... Oops, sorry, camera wobble. If you've got leftover threads from lots of your projects, then it's really nice, a nice way to do it. And then, of course, you can make different coloured tassels that will match any of, in this case, your Rivolis. So I'm just tying the second part of my knot, just so I've got an overhand knot here. Then I'm going to take a little dollop of clear nail polish. You could use a glue, anything like that. Tiny little bit, and I'm just going to put that on there and allow that to dry, okay? And then to create our tassel, I'm then going to bring all of these ends together. These are our 2 longer ends that we had around the cardboard at the beginning. And then you're just gonna go through the little loops and trim them. Like so, just make sure you haven't got any. Okay, now you'll see it's a little bit wayward. And this is just because it's been on a spool. It's quite fun. If you want to, Jitty's asking what other thread can you use? You can use anything, absolutely anything. I've done them with like silk rat tail, and I've actually shredded them all. So if you've got anything that's bound together, that will give you a really full frill. You can use absolutely any of your threads and cords. You could use thinner ones, bigger ones, thicker ones. I've used really thick Eslon that I have used macrame and kumihimo for before, and they make really good tassels as well. Absolutely any threads. So that you can then neaten it up, just run it under the tap, cold water. So run it under the tap or dip it into a little glass of cold water, and that will straighten them all up, and then just sit it to dry. And that will then give you a lovely neat finish. Once your nail polish is dried on the back, or your glue, or any adhesive you are using, I wonder if my mum is still watching. Mum, if you're still watching from the garden, is there any chance you could bring me in a cup of water, please? If she's not, we'll know, because I won't get one, but she might be. I think the boys are busy with the gardening, so hopefully she's still watching. So you could then just dip that into a little cup of cold water, run it under the tap, and that will be easy. And then we're going to add it onto the base. So round nose pliers, flat nose pliers. Open these up. Add it onto the base of the earring. And close that up. Like so. So that's going to be your tassel on the bottom. And then just like we did, oh, Mum says sure, nothing like coming to visit and stay with your daughter and then being worked. And then you're just going to take your Rivoli, sit it in the middle, like so, and squeeze top to bottom, left and right. Thanks, Mum. Oh dear. There we go. And then you've got a really lovely tassel earring. I think they're really fun. I think it's something nice and different to do with your Rivolis. They look quite shop bought as well, but of course you could add in... Here she is. Morning. Thanks, Mum. Okay. Amazing. Thank you. So just take your tassels, pop that in, wring out the water. And can you see how now it's going to be perfectly flat? And then just allow that to dry. And then that will just lengthen out and straighten out any of those threads that were, obviously because it's around the spool, they'll be a little bit wayward. So that will straighten it up. You don't want to use any heat on them. Sometimes they have wax coatings. Some of them will be pre-waxed. So don't use a hot water on them, just in case. Obviously, whatever thread you're using, just use a cold water and allow that to dry. You can then trim them. So this one is a little bit longer. Once you've got the length that you want, just take your scissors. Probably won't cut now I've wet it. And you can trim those off to any length and any shape. You could even do like a nice little V, you could graduate it over. Should have cut it before I wet it. I have a bit of a frilly bottom now, but hey ho, that'll do. And there you go. Lovely pair of earrings to match your necklaces. Jack says, I thought you wanted to wet your whistle. No, I've got my coffee and my drink. I just didn't want to dip my tassel into my black coffee. I didn't think it would give the greatest result. So yeah, just into a little bit of water and that will straighten that out for you. And they're so cute. I think they do look shop bought. You could of course add in some more beads. You could add in you know, a little bit more of a handmade finish. But now this will match obviously your necklaces, your earrings, and then you've got a really nice statement earring. There we go. And your tassels can be any size that you want. So I really hope that helps, guys. I hope it's given you some nice top tips, easy threading to turn your necklaces, to turn your Rivolis into necklaces and bracelets. And then you've also got your new design for your tassel earrings as well. Now, don't forget, we don't have huge amounts of stock of them. They are on fantastic offer, but it will be while stocks last. So I really hope you guys can manage to get your hands on them and be creating some sparkles for the summer. I think it'll be really gorgeous. 3 different sizes, all half price. You'll get 100 of your small, 100 of your medium, and 50 in the packs of your larger ones, and they will come with all of the claw settings as well. Now, I am back with you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday, 3rd of August. I can't believe it. How are we in August? Tomorrow we're going to be doing some seed bead macrame, so something a little bit different. Quite a lot of prep to be done. I'm going to have to be using my seed bead spinner. If you've got seed beads, your spinners and a monofilament thread, prep up a load of strands and I will see you tomorrow. Cindy says, lovely, very nice tips, thank you so much. Jack says, have a lovely day, Sarah. Thank you, Jean, very pretty. Beautiful as always, Sarah. Thank you so much, says Alicia. Thank you, guys. I'm really glad you enjoyed them. I just thought it'd be something nice and different. We've had the Rivolis before in different various shapes, but we've never done earrings with them. So I thought it would be nice. Camille says, thank you. Go and enjoy your family time and also doggy time. Yes, thank you. I'm going to get my fill of everyone before they go today, which I'll be sad about. But hey-ho. Oh, Kitty says, didn't we swap tomorrow? Kitty, well done. Kitty is with you tomorrow morning because I am back on telly. I've actually got a show this afternoon. I've got a show tomorrow at midday, so I wouldn't be able to finish with you and then drive to the studios in time. So yes, I will be doing Tuesday with Seed Bead Macrame. Thank you, Kitty, for keeping me right. Oh, Jack says horse moving today, or do you mean house moving today? Either way, I hope moving house or horse goes well. Thank you, guys. I will see you on Tuesday. Kitty will see you tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. Take care, everyone. Enjoy your Sunday. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.